You're listening to an audio article by the Common Constitutionalists. Today's audio article is entitled Net Neutrality and the Fairness Doctrine Will Become the New Normal. Hopefully there are still enough liberty-loving, freedom-thinking Americans to prevent the unthinkable from happening, a Democrat-hostile takeover of government, the perfect storm of victory, by any means, of not only the presidency but the Senate as well. There aren't words enough to describe the importance of this upcoming election to freedom, liberty-loving constitutionalists. One might think, well, that's a bit melodramatic, don't you think? It may seem, but if we lose big this upcoming election, we conservatives will be staring at our demise. And it's something that few conservatives are discussing, but it would have a greater negative impact than practically anything else. Allow me to explain. Conservative voices virtually locked out of broadcast and cable took to and thrived on the internet. And currently the only reason supposed neutral platforms like Twitter and Facebook, etc., adhere to any kind of fairness in their treatment of conservatives is the threat of conservative Republicans like those in the Senate who call them to account for their obvious leftist bias, throttling back our content, demonetizing us, or suspending us, all because they don't agree with our worldview. We conservatives think it's bad now that Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, et al. Can demonetize us, suspend our accounts, and ban certain content. Just imagine what will happen if the Dems wrest control of the government. The feds will gladly take that responsibility and burden of policing the internet away from the private sector, thus enabling itself to regulate conservative voices, slow down streaming content, suspend, demonetize, or just outright ban conservatives online. Think this far-fetched? We're already seeing it. Social media companies hire leftist radical groups like Southern Poverty Law Center to monitor their sites and flag content they just simply disagree with. If net neutrality and the Fairness Doctrine are reestablished and expanded, it will be worse and more strict than ever before. Most conservatives' websites will be shuttered or otherwise regulated out of existence. Make no mistake about it, net neutrality was never about what the benevolent left said it was, paid prioritization or ensuring internet fairness. The truth is that net neutrality was always to give power, more power, over the internet to the federal government. If we lose this election, the federal government can do just about anything it wants to control the internet, including banning websites that government bureaucrats don't like. And then, who do you go to for redress? Then just watch in horror as net neutrality and the new Fairness Doctrine are instituted. If this occurs, we are really doomed, like 1984 doomed, so much worse than today. Literally no views opposing the left will be tolerated. First, they will find a way to get rid of the current FCC chairman, free marketer Ajit Pai, and then it's off to the races. Our leftist statist government will then grant the FCC virtually unlimited powers to regulate internet rates, impose fees, and require businesses to get approval for a wide range of business decisions. The eventuality will be to reclassify the internet as a utility so that the government, for the sake of diversity and public interest, can control its content and therefore pick winners and losers, as government always does. And I think you can guess who the losers will be. The importance of this election can't be overstated. If radical leftist Democrats contain control of the free flow of information, nothing else much matters. Thank you for listening.